2016, great year for music, but for the world, wasn't so great.
Maybe in, 50 years' time they will make a documentary about 2016.
Yeah. The beginning of the end year is what it would be known as. James Acaster here, comedian and music fan, and in 2017, I had a breakdown, and I'm convinced 2016 is the greatest year for music of all time. Nish Kumar, welcome to my 1970s kitchen.
1971.
There's a lot of angry old men who say, whenever I say this about 2016, have you not listened to something from 71? I thought it was subjective, but fine. But it's not subjective. Objectively, 2016 is the greatest.
Why have you opened this with, well, everyone's opinion is valid?
Well, I'm aware it's the internet.
I think you forgot what the internet is.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
So it's quite a common thing to listen to music, get you through bad times. Has there been times in your life where you found albums? Has there been any particular albums that you can listen to now and you remember?
Immediately, straight off the top of my head, the first Broken Bells album, when that came out in a difficult time in my life in my mid-20s. Mm-hmm. With Broken Bells, it's only in the last year that I've been able to listen to that and think to myself, oh yeah, I really remember that this was a really important album to me in a really difficult period of my life.
I've delayed that period by never stop listening to 2016.
The point where I remember you started to coalesce this grand 2016 theory, where you realised that you could convince everyone of it because of the three big boys. Lemonade, Blackstar, Blonde.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I remember thinking, this breakdown might have a book in it. Blonde is a very melancholy sort of album. Lemonade is obviously specifically dealing with infidelity and going into wider political issues about black Americans. And then Blackstar is like, well, I'm dying, time for jazz. Another one of my favourite albums. Now it feels even more staggering, Awfully Deep, which is Roots Manuva's third album, about him getting sectioned.
Yeah.
As a man of colour, we particularly are not great at talking about mental health stuff. And the fact that he put all of that out on an album, art and culture is a way that people deal with the world. Mm-hmm. And it's a really important part of how we understand other people's lives or how we sort of process our own emotions.
We've come to a point where people are applauding it because it still isn't happening enough.
Yeah.
Or because it still isn't being responded to in the appropriate way all the time.
You would never expect to be like, well, I'll never have to see a doctor for my physical well-being.
Sure.
So the idea that you wouldn't also maybe need a doctor.
Yeah.
Or you might at some point in your life not have periods of ill health mentally.
I knew that everyone said, we need to talk about it. And I thought, well, I think we talk about it, don't we? Anyone who spoke about mental health, I never thought of them as weird or anything wrong with them. I always just thought, oh yeah, because we all go through that, and so talking about it shouldn't be weird.
Yeah.
However, what I found about talking about it, there is a stigma attached to it. Because I talked about it thinking, this is fine, right?
Yeah,
and now, anything I do is, oh, is he not okay again? But yeah, it is good that we're at a place now where people can at least be like, well done. I bought over 700 albums in 2016, and so until I meet someone who's got over 700 albums from 1971, I'm not listening to them. They always go on going, well, this, and this were out. Aha! There you go, and I'm seeing 4 fingers up there, buddy. Yeah, I'd have to be a millipede to put up that many fingers. The first words on every single episode of the podcast is, in 2017 I had a breakdown, so people get the context of why I bought so many albums from one year.
Sure.
I think it's a healthy way of dealing with a bad time.
People have definitely gone through more destructive breakdowns.
Yes. Is there a specific song that you would listen to, that you would go to, that would bring it out of the dumps? Obviously I've got numerous answers up my sleeve, all with one thing in common.
Anytime I'm in a bad mood,
Yeah.
if I put Bowtie by Outkast on,
Yeah.
I'm lifted.
Bowtie.
Girl, you caught up.
James Acaster's Perfect Sound over on BBC Sounds. See you there and keep it 2016.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.